Sawyer's Commando issue 3, or part 3. The reason that they became known as Sawyer's Commandos was because of their exploits, and one of the most outstanding parts were the results of training exercises against other units. In these days, they call them Op 4, and that's the opposition force, where you have one unit that is specifically designated to pretend that they are the Russians or the Chinese or whatever, the eternal opposition force. At Fort Benning, Georgia, the U.S. Army Rangers training facility for Ranger School are called Bravo Rangers. And in this particular case, the Maine State Guard, Sawyer's Commandos most frequently ended up being the Op 4 for this particular reason. There was a sawmill that was the objective, and as the first mission, one town's State Guard unit was to defend it from infiltration. And that didn't seem to matter much when Captain Carl Sawyer and his company showed up, because they were very swift and very silent, and captured the battalion commander who was there inspecting the troops. And at that point, the battalion commander began to recognize that Sawyer's Commandos were actually commandos. They were the best of the best. And from that point on, Sawyer's Commandos were most frequently designated as the company to train against. If you want to get good, you got to train against the best. That same sawmill was used several times, and at one point, my father told a story about the Belfast unit, I think he said, were seeking to impress the battalion headquarters, and they were making some pretty brave claims. So they showed up, and before they even got a chance to come within, I want to say, 300 yards, their entire company had been captured, starting with a very large-egoed lieutenant my father captured. He said it was an interesting thing because the lieutenant had some good notions. He was going to have his platoon crawl up this ditch and through a culvert and crawl up another ditch and, stay below what would normally be visual. And, Dad caught the lieutenant coming through the culvert, and he just beckoned him out silently, and one by one, 40 men were captured. Yeah, that was kind of embarrassing.